The sensory processing measure can be administered to evaluate two types of settings a child may display sensory issues in: the home or the school. The child, though, does not take the assessment. Rather, the child's teacher or parent who is knowledgeable of the child's worrying behavior completes the assessment. The teacher or parent will complete the assessment in a quiet, peaceful area to allow for full concentration. For ethical reasons, the parent or teacher, prior to the assessment, will also be educated of the assessment's purpose and its relation to the child in question. The sensory processing measure is a questionnaire, therefore allowing the test taker to answer a series of questions that pertain to the child's experiences with sensory stimuli in his or her home and school. Face-to-face interaction with the OT is limited to questions the test taker may have regarding the content of the questions in the questionnaire. The test taker is asked to identify the child's specific experiences with sensory stimuli in the environment and how the child reacts to those stimuli. The test taker is asked to identify where the reaction lies on a 4-point scale that records how often these reactions occur. The 4 parts of the scale include if the child never, occasionally, frequently, or always exhibits these reactions. These answers are automatically transcribed into numbers by a sheet underneath the questionnaire. Types of sensory experiences analyzed in the assessment include social participation, touch, taste, sight, smell, planning and ideas, hearing, balance and motion, and body awareness. Once all the questions have been answered by the test taker, the OT takes the questionnaire back and scores it. Scoring the sensory processing measure is encompassed by the OT marking down the numbers the answers correlated with and gaining a numerical total for each sensory category. Once all the scores of each category are pinpointed on a larger scale, that score's correlated T-score is also recorded, leading to 16 final numerical scores being gained throughout the questionnaire. Each sensory category's final T-score will fall into a range that will indicate the extent of the child's sensory problems. A category's T-score that falls between 40T and 59T indicates the child's sensory experiences as typical. A category's T-score that falls between 60T and 69T indicates the child's sensory experiences as having some problems. A category's T-score that falls between 70T and 80T indicates the child's experiences as having definite dysfunction. The difference between the total number of the home form and the main classroom form's T-scores also indicate if the child does or doesn't have more problems in either the home setting or the school setting. These results will aid the OT in developing what sensory hotspots to focus on during the child's therapy and what occupations will be appropriate to address these issues.